going on, guys? Dr. Sean at Braithwaite Chiropractic, and today we are going to talk about a figure four progression. So we've talked about the figure four in the past and other great gluteal stretches. Today we are going to start with a super passive figure four stretch, and we're going to slowly build our way into a much more extreme or a much more intense figure four stretch. And that is the figure four stretch that we naturally do anyway. So if that comes really easy to you, definitely stick with that one. However, some of these other stretches are really, really good at opening up the hips and opening up the gluteal muscles, and are great stretches to add in and relax a little bit more as you're doing them. So we're going to start extremely passive. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and lay down on the ground. I have a mat. I'd invite you to go ahead and lay down on a mat as well. So once you were laying down, you were going to bend your knees to about 90 degrees so your feet are flat on the floor. You were going to take, I'm going to start with my left foot, and I'm just going to cross my left foot over with my ankle just above my knee, and I'm just going to hold that position. And as you're holding this, if your glutes are incredibly tight, you're going to feel a stretch already. If your hamstrings are really tight, you're going to feel a stretch down the outside back of the hamstring of the leg that is crossed over. You simply hold this position for 30, 40, 60 seconds, and then switch to the other side. And if you're ready to make this a little bit more intense, you're simply going to come up onto your elbows with your hands facing forward. You're going to shoot your chest out towards the ceiling, and then again, just cross one leg over. And you're going to hold that position again, 30, 40, 60 seconds. Switch to the other side. Hold it again. The next phase is you're going to pop up, so you're leaning back on your hands. When I do this, I tend to put my fingers back facing away from my bottom. You then cross one leg over, and then you lift your bottom and scoot the bottom closer to the foot that is still on the ground. As you're doing this, definitely pull your toes up towards your knee just to protect your knee. This, for me, I get the best stretch. I get an amazing stretch in this position, even better than I get in a traditional figure four. And then come back out of it, scoot your bottom away from your foot, uncross your leg, cross the other leg, lift, come right into it. And then from here, how you would do a traditional figure four, you're going to start laying flat on your back. You're going to cross one leg over. You are going to thread the needle. One hand is going to go through the hole, other hand is going to come around the back of the thigh, and you are going to pull that whole complex up towards your chest. Now this tends to be the most ultimate figure four stretch. However, for me, my neck and shoulders are incredibly tight. And that position puts a ton of stress into my neck and shoulders. And a lot of times I end up guarding, not pulling my legs back as far because of how tight my neck and shoulders are. So I actually get a much deeper stretch when my hands are back like this and my legs are crossed over than I do in a traditional figure four stretch. It really gets into my hips and opens up my hips a whole lot more. So play with it, see what works best for you. This is a figure four progression, so it starts very basic, starts very passive, nice and relaxed, and it builds up to something that's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more intense, but is really going to open up those hips. These stretches are great for anybody that's a runner, that's a cyclist, that's lifts, that any activity, you need to be stretching those gluteal muscles to keep things functionally working properly. Don't feel like just because you can't get into the traditional figure four, where you're really getting an intense stretch, that you're not flexible enough. It's really about the practice of stretching and taking the time to stretch and being willing to progress in your stretching. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything along those lines, drop that stuff down below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel so you get the next video right when it comes out. Have a great rest of your day, you guys.